More Tory MPs are considering defection to Labour, says Wes Streeting. I'm going to read into this more from The Guardian, you guys. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Reganelite here with an article from The Guardian with the headline of More Tory MPs are considering defection to Labour, says Wes Streeting. The Shadow Health Secretary said parties will not accept just any MPs after Natalie Elphicke moved to Labour. Guys, while you're here, make sure you hit the like button and share us across social media so others are notified of this video. Now, I've already covered, not once but twice already on this channel about the move from Natalie Elphicke from on the Snowflake Watch and on Regan's News Round. So if you want to check out those, you're more than welcome to get more of my thoughts. I'll share a little bit of light on it. I may share a little bit more of light on it in this video, but I will say that obviously her move to Labour raises a lot of questions about Labour. It raises a question about the kind of party and the direction that they go. They call themselves a broad church, considering that Nadine's background and her history and her tweets and things that she has said and her actions speak a lot louder than words. I mean, this is a Boris Johnson fanatic as well that they're welcoming into the Labour Party. This is, for me, like the Labour are going towards this appeal of trying to appease people on the right. And I don't like this direction that they are going in any way, shape or form, guys. I really don't. I think it's very dangerous that they've accepted someone like her into the party. And I've kept hearing, and I've heard one of the defences I keep hearing from people saying, yeah, but it was a great strategy move to do it right before PMQs. Yeah, nobody's questioning it. It was a great move to do it right before PMQs, you know, to really sweep the legs under the Rishi Sunak and really rock him and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it was great headline grabbing as well. No questions about that. But is this really a good person to have in the party? I'm glad that she's she's going to be stepping down as an MP at the general election as well. Thank God, as well. So someone else will take up the role. But still, it's still quite damning. I also watched a video not too long ago from, I believe it was from the YouTube channel Politics Joe, where they went down to Dover, and they generally were asking people how they felt about her switching sides as well. Most of them were not happy. Many of them were not happy. There was one person who I think he needs help, who said that it doesn't matter who it is, as long as they're Conservative, he's going to vote for them. So clearly that man needs medical help. And there were others who were angry about the decision, where some of them they don't hate Labour, but they also don't like that the way this has been done, sort of thing as well, so it's a mixed bag of people. There wasn't really anybody on there who was happy about the defection, shall we say. A lot of people don't like her anyway. So, but they're going to have a new MP at the general election. So, from that point of view, but more Tory MPs are considering defection to Labour, apparently, according to Wes Streeting. Now, I 100% agree that there are MPs who are considering defection to Labour. In fact, I think some of them are desperate to switch over. Not so much the right wing, maybe more the moderate Conservatives are probably more eyeing it up, because there seems to be some of their values seem to be coming more in line with what some of Labour are. And as my friends up in Scotland like to start calling the Labour Party the Red Tories. Because it does seem to kind of paint that way. Now, obviously, I've expressed many times how much I hate this man, Wes Streeting, because of things that he has said about our NHS, and that obviously he feels that more privatisation is needed to save the NHS, when in fact that's not really. We don't want more privatisation. We don't want to be spending more out of our own pockets, and we don't want a health insurance system. And there have been allegations, like I've said before, allegations that this man has accepted donations from American healthcare companies. I stress the word allegations, which is why I very much don't like this man anywhere near our healthcare service. But do you actually think there's going to be more defections? Because I don't know whether there will be between now and whenever the next general election is called. But if there are, I just don't want it to be right-wingers. The kind of people that Natalie that come over, more moderates. Not going to name names anyway, but for me, it's like it's like people from the Conservatives are coming into Labour, and now they're having their influence into Labour, and it's like Labour is supposed to be the party of the working people, and it seems like they've gone away from that philosophy and becoming more of the party for business, the party for businesses now as well. So people are generally concerned about the direction that Labour are going. Despite that, though, Labour did get in. I did read somewhere in one poll. I don't know. I can't remember where it was from. I only saw it briefly on Twitter. One poll basically said that there was a boost in Labour's voting in their polling because of the defection. Don't know how true that is, but we'll have to wait and see. But let's hear what this man's had to say about potentially more defections coming down the road, guys. So Labour's Wes Streeting has said that he has spoken to more Conservative MPs considering defection to the opposition, similar of that of Natalie Elphicke, but insisted the party would not just accept just any politician. And they shouldn't just accept any politician. That's one thing they shouldn't do. The Shadow Health Secretary said Elphicke, who is due to appear alongside the Labour leader Keir Starmer in her Dove constituency on Friday, so by the time you guys see this, they would have already been there, had switched sides with a purpose, not out of personal ambition, defending the move amid a backlash from some Labour MPs. Referring to Elphicke's defection of that of a former Tory MP Dan Poulter, during an interview with The Independent, Streeting said, I think in Dan's case, as a doctor in the NHS who has come under unequivocal conclusion, only Labour can be trusted to sort out the NHS. And Natalie, who is with her community, seeing the consequences of what happens when immigration gets poorly managed. I think that they are very powerful message carriers, but they have defected with a purpose, not out of personal ambition. I think people should take that message really seriously. I'm finding that very hard to believe that it's not out of personal ambition. Streeting has said he has spoken to more Tory MPs considering move because of the division and incompetence of Rishi Sunak's government. However, he stressed there were limits, saying if Liz Truss were to want to cross the line, I don't imagine that she would, I would rather take the lettuce. Labour MPs have criticised the decision to admit Elphicke to the party, citing her hard-life views on immigration and her previous support of her ex-husband after he was found guilty of sexually assaulting 2 women. The Dover MP apologised on Thursday after claiming that after Charlie Elphicke's 2020 conviction that he was attractive to women and an easy target for dirty politics and false allegations. She said the period of 2017 to 2020 was an incredibly stressful and difficult one for me. I've learned more about the person I thought I knew. I know it was far harder for the women who had to revive their experience and give evidence against him. On Friday, the Shadow Home Secretary Yvette Cooper welcomed Elphicke's defection and accepted the apology of the Dover MP. Cooper told Times Radio, we welcome people coming to join the Labour Party and changing their views on issues. We hope this will happen across the country. She added Natalie Elphicke has rightfully apologised for the things she has said, and she has also condemned the behaviour of her ex-husband, both towards other women and towards her. Meanwhile, in the Telegraph reported that Deputy Leader Angela Rayner had told backbenchers at an internal parliamentary committee meeting that Elphicke would have no formal role in the party after the backlash. A source told the Telegraph the key point was that Rayner clarified Nadine will have no formal role beyond being just a backbencher. The decision was another blow to Sunak shortly after Poulter's defection and local election results last week that painted a dismal picture for the Conservatives. So the Conservative majority has declined since under Rishi Sunak. This is a Guardian graphic source from Parliament here. This is the number of Conservative MPs above 320 required for parliamentary majority. So their majority has fallen now fallen to 45. That's their majority. They still have a majority, but yeah, it's slowly gone down. You can see there over time. There peaked at 89. May 2021, that was under Prime Minister Boris Johnson, and then Liz Truss, nothing really changed, and then Rishi Sunak, when he took over, people were left leaving the sinking ship, and they've been leaving the sinking ship since then. Yeah, falling to 45 from 89. Like that's how many have walked the plank pretty much. It just goes to show, just this graph here, guys, it just shows just how horrible this Conservative Party is, and how many Conservative MPs have some of them have just been caught out for all sorts of things. The amount of scandals is insane on this party. Announcing a decision to switch parties, Elphicke hit out Sunak tired of the chaotic government and accused him of failing to deliver on his promise to stop the boats, and that Labour will bring a much better future for our country. Meanwhile, Downing Street has pointed out Elphicke's repeated attacks on Labour's immigration policy, and the Foreign Secretary David Cameron said her defection showed the opposition stood for nothing. This is the thing, it wasn't that long ago that it's very important to emphasise as well, it wasn't that long ago that she was trash talking Labour as well. And now all of a sudden she's just a red all of a sudden. Now Angela Rayner, obviously it says in there, Angela Rayner stressing that she will not have a significant role in the party, but we will have to wait and see, obviously. Whether she will or not, time will tell. Time will obviously tell. But on the point of Wes Streeting saying more Tory defections are coming, I don't know if they're going to be considering. I wonder how many are considering also maybe going to the Lib Dems as well. There's a possibility as well. I wonder how many of people are considering that as well, because of so much of the sinking ship. But that's a question of whether Ed Davey would consider taking them on as well. And I think that's another thing to add to context to this as well. But either way, the clock is ticking on the Conservative Party. The meteor is going to drop on them. And Labour, whether it's going to be a majority or a hung parliament, they're going to have power of some sorts at the next general election. The question is what kind of power that's going to be, and that will be down for voters like myself to decide. But what do you guys think? What do you guys make of the possibility of more defections to Labour? When you look at that graph, does it surprise you just how many people have fled the sinking ship since then? Let me know your thoughts and more about all this in the comment section down below. If you found this video informative, please hit the like button. We greatly appreciate it. Share this across social media so others are notified of this video. And subscribe, because it really does help support the channel. And if you want to go one step further, financially support me and the work that I do here, you can do so by becoming a YouTube member for as little as 99p. Or join me on Rumble or Patreon for exclusive content there as well. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to catch you all very, very soon.